Hello, my name is Asha, and this is Asha's Movies, and today we are going to be going through my top 10 movies that I own in my collection. They have to be owned in my collection to be in the top 10 of this video. Obviously, I do have another top 10 video. I'll probably do that at the end of this month. So if you want to see that, make sure to get this video to 20 likes, and then I'll do that for you guys. But yes, so we're going to get through this, and this is, the order is from my least favourite out of my top 10 to my favourite out of my top 10. There is a bit of a few cheats in here, but we'll just get straight into that when it comes to it. But as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe, to the notification bell on so you get notified when I make new content on this channel, as well as don't forget to comment below any future videos you want to see on the channel. Like if you want me, get me this video to 20 likes if you want to see a part 2 of my top 10 movies of all time, not just owned in the collection, but just owned in general. Well, just watched in general, or top 10 most anticipated movies of the year, stuff like that. I will happily do that for you guys. So yeah, let's get straight into this video then. So starting off at number 10, a bit of a controversial one then on the channel. I actually haven't watched this on the channel. I haven't reviewed it on the channel either, but I've definitely watched this a good few times now. I've probably watched about probably about 5 times now. As you can see from the front there, we've got some great actors and great actresses in there. We've got Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Tyrese Gibson, keep on forgetting his name, Jonah Brewster, and The Rock there. Really great cast for the film. Yeah, this was quite a sad film as well. This is probably why it's my favourite of the series, because it honours Paul Walker in a way where, it's a good way to honour him. But I do think they kind of did him dirty when they made films after his passing. I think that they shouldn't have made the other 3, to be honest, after his passing, because it kind of dishonors him in a way. But I did enjoy the film, and I did enjoy the end. The ending scene was quite that's quite emotional, and I didn't and yeah. So yeah, this was it was a good watch, and it definitely is going to be a rewatch on the channel, probably either this year or next year, because I know there's a new Fast and Furious coming out next year, so we'll try and go through all the Fast and Furious at some point, because we haven't reviewed any of them on the channel, I don't believe. And yeah, I've been wanting to watch Fast and Furious again, because normally I watch them at least once a year, so maybe I'll watch them. I don't know. But yeah, this is quite a it's the action-packed epic films, really. It's less about cars in this film, to be honest. From the 4th one, it's less about cars and it's more about the story itself. It's more about like secret agent type of films, which I do love a good secret agent film. And obviously we've got what's his name, Jason Statham in this film as well, actually, which you didn't see on the front cover, which is a bit annoying. Yeah. And I'm just going to show you the inside then as well. And then this is the inside of the case. That's the disc itself there, and you can see that's a really emotional scene from the film, and I understand why they put that on the disc, because it does kind of make you understand a bit more about the film. And obviously with Paul Walker's passing during this film, really during the end of the film, it was quite emotional, and yeah, it was quite a dense film, and it was directed by James Wan, a Universal Pictures studio. So yeah, thank you to that film. That was quite significant in my early childhood, that was. So yeah, that is the first one then. That is at number 10 of my favourite films from the collection. Then we have another kind of spy film. We've got the Skyfall 007 film. Again, I'm going to have them rewatched in a while. Probably haven't watched this in about 2-3 years now. I do want to rewatch it, 100%, and I'm really thankful to be gifted this beautiful slipcover version from my good friend Kenzie, as you know him. I'm really happy to be gifted that from him as well, because this is a beautiful slipcover. I know it's got some dinks in it, but this slipcover is actually really beautiful, and it's got like nice texture change towards the name of the 007, and then there's like a bit of embroidery there as well. Yeah, this is quite yes, it's quite a good film. The song Skyfall by Adele is in it, which is quite cool. The fact we get a really famous song in this film, so let's just take a look at it. Obviously stars Daniel Craig as James Bond. He's probably the one he's the one I grew up on, so you can't really say he's my favourite because I've not watched any of the other James Bond films, but I am looking to watch them some point this year, if I find any more of them on physical, obviously, because they're not on any streaming services at the moment, apart from ITVX, which they only have a select few of the films, which I'm really annoyed about, because if they put them all on there, I'd binge them and probably watch them for the channel, you know. So that is the, with the slipcover off then, it's just the same thing, which is nice and simple. And you can see this includes a Blu-ray, a DVD, and a digital code as well. I think I have opened this on the channel before, probably because I got gifted this, so there would have been a video about it on the channel. But just to do a quick overview, if you haven't seen it before, this is the Blu-ray disc there, with obviously the same thing as the cover, which is a bit boring. I think they could have done a bit more art on it, really. It's rated 12 or 15. Yeah, it's another than that's the DVD plus digital copy there as well. And I know it's all in great condition because we had this for a steal of it. We had the he had this for a steal. I think it was 50p in a charity shop, which was an amazing deal. I told him he asked to pick it up for that price, but then he found the entire 3 film collection of James Bond on DVD for £1, I think it was, and he picked that up then as well. But then he realised he got double of this, which I told him, yeah, go on and I'll have it. I did already have it on DVD, but I wanted to do an upgrade anyway, so I told him I'd take it up for the Blu-ray upgrade, because he didn't want, you know, it's a bit annoying not having space for stuff. So yeah, that's Skyfall then, which is my number 9 on the list. Number 8, this might be a bit controversial. Some people might think it needs to go higher. Some people might think it's supposed to be on this list because it's a Marvel film. But obviously, me being more of a DC fan, I love this film with deep passion. I do wish I went to see this in the cinema. I don't know why I didn't. If I got offered the chance, I think, to watch this in the cinema, but I turned it down. I don't know why. If I did watch this in the cinema, I probably would have had a lot more love for it, because the first time I watched this was at my father's house. And yeah, but it was 2018 was a big year for movies in general, but this was the biggest movie of that year by far. This is the Blu-ray copy, obviously, because I upgraded this recently. If you saw a video, I did an upgrade for the collection. I used to have it on DVD. I think I do still have the DVD around here somewhere, and I did actually, if you can see all the way up there, I used the DVD case thing at the top of the cover up there, and I've been doing that all the way down with some extra cases I've had of movies that either didn't come with the disc or I had doubles of. So yeah, it's a nice little thing to do there as well. But this is obviously Avengers Infinity War. This has a gigantic cast. I don't even know if I can name everyone. Zoe Saldana's there. Chris Pratt is... Oh, light's not very good, is it? Zoe Saldana's there. Chris Pratt, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chadwick Boseman, Mark Ruffalo, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany. What's his name? What is his name? Benedict Cumberbatch, B.D. Wong, Bradley Cooper, Tom Holland. Yeah, really great and amazing cast, to be honest. I did really enjoy this film, as I said. Yeah, and it also has Dolby Audio on this, which is really cool. I didn't put any of the main Avengers films in the list top 10, because obviously I thought that might be a bit cheating, because, you know, two different Avengers films in the same list, also mainly because of the fact I obviously think that's the best one of the bunch. Yes, but that was number 7. That was number 8 then. Now we've got number 7, which is The Amazing Spider-Man. So this is one of my all-time favourites in the, obviously, Spider-Man in general. This is my favourite Spider-Man because obviously I grew up with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. So this was quite an amazing film first time I watched it, and I actually do remember the first time I watched it, I actually had it on DVD, but obviously when you're younger you didn't really, you know, keep up to shape with your DVDs, and they weren't in good condition, so I had to replace it. And I actually found this for a good deal. I bought 4 DVDs for £1 on Vinted from a seller, which also had Guardians of the Galaxy brand new. But before I decided to get rid of my box set, I gave that to my friend, so I did a bit of a numpty move there. I could have had Guardians of the Galaxy brand new also. But yeah, this was quite a good. It is still quite a good film. I have rewatched this recently. If you did see, it's obviously directed by Mark Webb and stars Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy as well. So this is obviously this has got like nice embossing on the slipcover. You can the debossing on the Amazing Spider-Man, and then the embossing on the actual eyes and the web and the actual suit of Peter Parker, the Spider-Man, which is really cool. I'm thankful I grabbed this copy because this is probably one of the best copies you can get. I do want to buy it on Blu-ray since it is one of my favorites. I also have the second one on Blu-ray, so I'm looking to upgrade some point soon on the channel. But yeah, it is a really good film, and I do really enjoy it. Obviously made by Sony at the time, because obviously Sony owned the rights to Spider-Man. It's got Dolby Digital, and yeah. So this actually came out in 2012, which is mad because that's the year Avengers came out as well. So yeah, so we had a lot of good films come out that year as well. Was it 2012? Yeah, Avengers was 2012, wasn't it? Yeah, and that's in really good condition as well. I'm glad I picked that up from that Vinted guy. So yeah, that is number 7 then, I think that is. Was that number 7? Yes, that was number 7. So 10, 8, 9. No, 10, 9, 8. 7. We've got number 6 now, which is... Okay, so this is one I've actually reviewed on the channel and talked about on the channel. Attack of the Clones. So my personal favourite Star Wars films are the ones I've watched so far. Obviously, I didn't give it as 5 stars out of 5 stars because it wasn't amazingly made, obviously. But I do like that it was directed by George Lucas and stars Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman, Hayden Christensen, and Samuel Jackson, because I do think they really did a really great job in making the film. And I like especially that I have the special edition, because I got like the extra special edition here, and then we've got some really great bits inside as well. So yeah, it's a really, I don't know how much I can say about it really, because it is a really great film. That's my bad, sorry. So that it is a really great film, and I don't think I should have. It's definitely not a 5-star film, I'll give you that. But I don't think this is as much about being a 5-star film that it is just being my favourite, because this is my list, and I can't miss. So yeah, it's a really great film, and I do think that yeah, it was the best out of that trilogy in my opinion. I did enjoy this so much. So that is the next one then. That is number 6 then, I think. Yes, that's number 6. And then number 5, another one we watched on the channel quite recently last year, was James Cameron's Avatar. So James Cameron is a very famously known director for many amazing accomplishments and films. He's made loads of good films and stuff. This has obviously got Dolby Digital on. Yes, stars Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez. We've seen her already in the Fast and Furious film. So this is really a really great film, and I do think that with this film, you can't be too judgmental with it, because obviously it was made early 2000s, 2002 I think it was made, yeah, if I'm remembering correct. And the fact that they're stunning special effects and stuff at that point wasn't too good. But now, look at these, and look at this film. This was one of the best special effects you've seen in a while, and the story overall was amazing as well. I think, obviously the acting and actresses, I think they did really great jobs acting, and obviously the performance was amazing as well. And I think this is a nice addition as well of the film. I do think that it's out of the editions, it's one of the nicer ones. I wish it had a slipcover, but we've got the 2-pack. This is the DVD and Blu-ray, well, the Blu-ray and DVD version as well, which is really, it's really good for me to find. I found this for 10p in a charity shop, so I'm not mad at that. I'm happy I found that for 10p in a charity shop. I've obviously seen it there many times because Avatar's one of the most bought films ever, so that's why, there's so many copies of it, and that's why they're so popular. Well, that's why it's been like dragged down in the past few years. People saying, "Oh, it's not that great of a film," you're over pushing it, but it actually is a really great film. And if you just get past some of the reviews, it is a 4.5 star film at least for me. So the next one then, I give this 5 stars recently on the channel. I just reviewed this last month actually. So this stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper. This is a very comedic film with loads of comedic actors as well. I'm trying to not get too much light in the way. I should have closed the curtains probably. But yeah, this is really this is one of my favorite films of all time, to be honest, and I don't think I could live without this film, to be honest. It's directed by James Gunn, which is really good because obviously he's starting the new DC universe. He's head of DC Studios for now until Netflix tries to change it or something. But I'm really excited about I'm really happy about all the fact that these guys are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. So that's why I decided to watch this, because this is my favourite part of the MCU by far. This is my favourite MCU film ever. Ooh. And obviously it's just a plain old disc for that as well. So that was number 4 then. We've got the top 3 then. The next one is the Scream. Well, this is the Scream trilogy, but Scream 1 is my favourite film of all time. No, Scream 1 is my 3rd favourite film that I own in the collection. So yes, this is Scream 1. So this stars David Arquette, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Skeet Ulrich, and Drew Barrymore. This was a really fun film, to be honest. Yeah, it's such a great film. I don't know why people hate on this, to be honest. It's a 5-star film in my opinion. I don't care what people say. It's a 5-star film. The cast, the director, it was all amazing. So, and if you can't get past some slight imperfections in a film, what is the point of watching the film in the first place? There's always going to be some imperfections, but you should be able to watch a film without going, oh, this is wrong, oh, this is wrong. No. I especially like the guy that talks about horror movies in this film. He kind of reminds me of me, but obviously in a less psychotic way, But he is a really fun character in this film, and I do really like him. Obviously, Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott's character is amazing. I watched this actually twice I think I might have watched it 3 times last year. More than I actually watched The Batman, which is crazy, because that's my favourite film of all time. But yeah, this was a really great film. I do think, obviously, Scream 2, out of the Scream trilogy, I think Scream 2 might actually be my least favourite. I'm sorry to say that, because, obviously it has the double, it has the story, but I just don't think I liked it as much as the 3rd one either, because I did like the 3rd one. A bit of a complicated story as well, but it was still great. Yeah, so that is Scream trilogy then. I would show you the discs, but I can't be bothered, to be honest. So we've got a bit of a big boy next. We've got an entire trilogy as my 2nd favourite then. I know this might be a bit cheating, but who cares? This is the Dark Knight trilogy. Obviously, it's not the Dark Knight trilogy currently. It's in my Christopher Nolan collection box, which I have done an unboxing on the channel for. It was about 5-minute unboxing, 5 to 8 minute unboxing. So if you want to go and check that out, that would be nice. But this obviously comes with Memento, The Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, The Inception, and The Dark Knight Rises. And I'm just going to pop this out now. I'm just going to pop that to the side. And we're going to pop... That's what I need. I don't need that. I'm sorry. I need that. I don't need that. Sorry. I have been meaning to watch some of these, but I just haven't had the time, to be honest, at the moment. So yeah, they are quite long films. Christopher Nolan's films are. Obviously, I haven't reviewed all 3 of these films on the channel, but I have reviewed The Dark Knight, which is my favourite out of the 3. But this entire trilogy isn't. So yeah, this is... Batman Begins is also a really great origin story. It's probably the best origin story out there at the moment. Maybe tied with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man origin story, because they are really great origin stories. Early 2000s were really great origin stories. I think this came out in 2006, if I remember correctly. 2006 to 2008 might have been. I think it might have been 2008. Well, that was 2008, so that must have been 2006. Yeah, but this was also great. We have some really great actors and actresses in this. We have Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Heath Ledger, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Morgan Freeman. And it's obviously directed by a really great director, my favourite director of all time, which is Christopher Nolan. But yeah, this is obviously this one is amazing too. With stars Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Anne Hathaway, Tom Hardy, um, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Morgan Freeman again. This trilogy is probably the best trilogy of all time. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the best trilogy of all time. I'm not gonna. This has got to be one of the best. This has got to be top 5 trilogies to top 3 trilogies. It's probably the best trilogy of all time, especially in my opinion, mainly because I am a really big Batman fan and I'm a really good big Christopher Nolan fan. So, yeah, these are amazing films, and if you don't think that, you're wrong. I'm joking. You can obviously have your own opinion and stuff, but I am a really big Batman fan, and that's probably why I think it's such a good film. The Batman then, so this is my favorite film of all time. So then, this is my favorite film of all time, to be honest. It obviously stars Zoe Saldana and Robert Pattinson as Batman and Catwoman, as well as Colin Firth as Penguin. This is a really great film. I can't believe some people haven't watched it. I've got Dolby Audio on the DVD, which is really great. I've watched this a few times. I watched it a few times last year with I watched it once with Kenzie and I watched it once with my family. I thought it was a really great film. Yeah. It's obviously made by Warner Brothers because DC's owned by Warner Brothers, and etc. The Riddler, I thought it was a really great villain, and I think Matt Reeves did a really great job directing the film. And then obviously it comes with this nice little pamphlet. I obviously bought this off Music Magpie because Music Magpie is one of my go-tos. So when I buy in physical media, even though sometimes they do send some damaged items and they just give you a refund, which is not too bad actually. They are really good with customer service, so if you do want to go and check them out, I would recommend checking them out. But you're very likely to get a return if you do have what's it called, a bad item. But yeah, that is my favourite films of all time. We're just going to pop that out then. We're going to just do that and that. So that is my top 10 films of all time that I own in the collection. So tell me your top 10 films of all time in the comments. And be sure to like the video, to get the video to 20 likes if you do want me to do a part 2 of just films in general. Obviously not just films I own in the collection, just films in general. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as turn the notification bell on and check out the other channel for comic book related content. Bye bye.